just get the live stream set up so everyone can interact with everybody. That's always a beautiful thing. Right, let me see. Ooh, boo, 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 boo. Elusive, I love you. First person there. Right, that's cool. Right, live chat enabled. Everyone's good. Right, before we go any further, real quickly, can everyone let me know if it's audio and visual good? If that's good, then we can press on, okay? Let me just move it out of the way. There you go. All good, wicked, right, brilliant. So let's get straight onto it. I've got loads of notes, been busy as hell this week, and it's been quite a week. Let me just say that. So yeah, that's it. The last week of work. Today was my last day. Out of a job now, but no worries, all good. We're going to crack on with this website and give you the best content on the internet. Hell yeah. But let me say this before we get any further, then we can get on with the news, because, man, a lot's been going on. Let me tell you. Right, if you're watching on the replay, hi, thanks very much for joining along and spending your time. It really does mean everything to the channel, seriously, okay? If you can like, subscribe and hit that notification bell, that's the most important thing. Loads of you guys who are subscribed haven't got the notification bell ticked, so if you can share it with Facebook and all of that, it's really, really cool. Also, links below, there's my website, which is currently being developed. I really urge everyone to join the mailing list, okay? So if you get on the mailing list and you subscribe to that, you'll be getting some new emails coming out next week, okay? I know I said it last week, but there's been loads going on. I've got a team of highly trained monkeys making sure it all works, okay? So, yeah, and also if you want to email me, you can email me during the show, okay? We've already got loads of emails coming in this week, so thank you ever so much for you guys who have been sending in the emails. Of course, the email information is below. That's funkyintel@outlook.com, okay? Also, donations. Some of you love to donate, and it really does help the channel, especially now I'm out of work. It really, really helps, okay? So even if you're watching on a replay, you can still do this, all right? It really does help the channel grow, even more than ever now. Ko-fi or coffee, that's below. PayPal, friends and family. Now, please use friends and family. Some of you kind, beautiful people have donated, but didn't choose that, so a large percentage of that went straight to PayPal. So friends and family, okay, that is donatefunky@outlook.com. And also in the live, and I'm not sure if you can do it on the replay, there's super chat, super sticker, and super thanks. Right, that's it. That's all out the way, all good. So what we want to do now is we want to find out where you guys are. So if you can hit me up where you are, it lets everyone know on the replay what's going down, okay? So we're going to go down to the latest information on the chat. Wow, and well done, 465 people. Damn, this is growing. I'm not joking. There's 145 people waiting before we started, and this is insane. I'm really going to try. Thanks, Mark, for the donation, sir. Very much appreciated. This is insane, and I'm not going to lie, it's very hard to read this. All right, so I'm going to be brief. I'm not going to mention everyone because there's far too many. We got someone down in Kent, Hampshire, Catterick Garrison. Oh my God, RNG Survival. Salute you, sir. Thanks very much for that donation. Oh my, I'll come to you in a minute. I'm really trying. South Bucks, Barnsley, Scottish Highlands, York, Surrey, Derby, Jorvik. I'm guessing that's over in Scandinavia somewhere. Dartmoor, Newcastle, East London. Wow, my God. Northampton, Yorkshire, Massachusetts. Wow. Love you guys from the US of A. Absolutely love from across the pond, okay? And some of you guys who have been following me on Instagram, I've done some posts about the markets going on in America, and pray for America, okay? There's big stuff coming to America and it's not looking good, okay? If I was in America right now, I'd be getting as much money out of the banks as I possibly could. That's just my opinion, okay? Also, before we go any further, whatever information I put out there, okay, it's up to you to further research, okay? I check as much as I can, all right? And sometimes I make mistakes. So also, an apology before I forget, I did make a mistake on a recent live stream, saying that I think it was Asda, they do the yellow ticket items, you're only allowed 3. Now the correction was, the mistake that I made is 3 like for like items, okay? So you can only have no more than 3 packs of butter, etc., not the whole range. So I do apologise. I got the wrong end of the stick there, and anytime I'll get called out, it's fine. I'm a big boy, I can take it, and I will apologise. But that's the first time I've had to do that. So, yeah, even I make mistakes, we all do them, okay? So I really do apologise about that. So, Ireland, Manchester, Exeter, Belgium. Oh, awesome. Florida, US of A. Stourbridge, Netherlands. Wow. Now, let me know what you are seeing and hearing out in Holland as regards farmers and food. Because in a recent live stream, there was lots of information coming about what's going on in Holland. And it's great that we've got someone here in the chat right now, actually in Holland. Lee from the Bug Out Shop. How you doing, sir? Hope you're all well, buddy. All looking good in the hood. The tune. So, yeah, we got people from all over the place. The West Country. I don't know if you can see these under here. But, yeah, they're Cornish flags. They were sent to me from a good friend, Cornish Bob. Awesome. Right, okay then. I'll tell you what I did forget on the last live stream. I forgot to go through the commodities. So, what we're going to do, we'll do that now because I will forget, okay? So, there's lots been going on in the stock market, as some of you guys probably realise, okay? Not everyone, but some of us do like to keep an eye on the stocks. And, yeah, it's absolutely bonkers. Gold is currently at 1,644 US dollars per troy ounce. Okay. Silver, that's coming in at 1885 US dollars per troy ounce. And I checked the other day, and the cheapest that I can get 1 ounce of silver bullion coin in grade 1 condition is £30 with delivery on top. So be under no illusion. Most of us know that the silver market is absolutely being screwed, and it has been for some time, but it will change. That is a certainty. All right. So let me see. Also, natural gas. That's running in at 682. That's US dollars by MM. I'm not sure if that's metric. BTUs. Ooh, I have to brush up on some of these technical terms because they've changed them recently. Let me see. Heating oil. Wow, that's at 85 US dollars for 100 litres, okay? Coal as well. That is 322 per tonne. That's crazy. So looking at the markets then on Brent and crude, Brent's running in at $85 a barrel. And on the WTI market on the oil, yeah, crude, you're looking at 78. So that has come down a bit. So from my estimations, usually when the oil is under $100 a barrel, you shouldn't really see much fluctuation in the pumps. Getting tongue-tied tonight. So yeah, I expect to see some drops at the pumps, okay? So keep your eyes open for that. And we're going to go through the oil prices in a sec. Let me see. Aluminium, that is big in Russia. That's 2,231 per US dollars per ton. Wow. Nickel, that's just bonkers. I'm not even going to go to nickel. So let me have a look through. There was something about coffee, which we're going to mention later on in this broadcast, okay? Coffee is currently at 220. That's per pound. Wow. That's US, by the way. Corn is at 679 a bushel, US. Rice, now rough rice, let me see. That's at 1738. Expect that to change. Some news coming out overseas. And wheat as well. Wow, look at that. That is currently 346 US per ton. So that's the latest on the markets. What I'd like to do now is to find out how much you are paying for diesel and petrol, if you use petrol, where you are in the UK. Currently in Mid Wales, where I live, it's at 179.9 for 1 litre. Okay. I would like to think if the government wiped their tax, that's going to be under £1 a litre, which is what it should be. So it just goes to show how much greed is going on there with the governments. So let's see the prices of the petrol where you are. Wow, that's insane. Let me just hit the chat up on the big screen now because I can't see that on that camera there. Look at this. 179, 158 for petrol. Wow, that seems quite cheap. 189, 180, 165 petrol. Okay, 160. Yeah, it's looking like it's hovering around the same across the board. So all of you guys who are running petrol cars, you must be rubbing your hands together because diesel's getting raped out there right now. Wow. Thanks for your donation. That's Nicola Knowles. Oh, that's sweet of you. Thank you very much for that. Been watching you for a while. Love your videos. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. And I do appreciate that donation. That's very kind indeed. Let me look at 189 Reading diesel. Wow, that's 10p litre more than what I'm paying. Struth. Big shout to the moderators. We've got UK Prepperman Chris. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're well. So yeah, we're looking pretty much that the prices are quite similar, looking like it is across the UK right now. Prepper Granny, hi, how you doing? Good to see you on here. Wicked. Right, okay. Spanish Chicken at band again. Hi, Terry. Wow, there's a lot of chat going on in there. That's awesome. Wicked. Darren Sadler, hi, dude. Yeah, we just we finished another course at the bugger where I was working before, and it was fantastic. 6 people turned up for that, and it was a 2-day bugging out course. It is fantastic, and the time absolutely flew. It just bombed by. Okay, I'm currently working tomorrow. I'm doing 2 mini courses, as it were, not far from the bug out, and it's all about like natural firelighting and natural survival shelters. So I'll be teaching some skills there tomorrow. I wish I had more information on me. I did have it somewhere, but her indoors has put it somewhere. Thanks for that. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get on with it, shall we? Because there's so much to go on and cover. It really is crazy. So as you can tell by the thumbnail, no, it's not fear porn, and some people say fear porn. It's not. It's actually happening, okay? And if you want to deny that everything's going wrong, then that's fine, okay? But I'm sure most of us watching now will agree that there's big stuff coming down the road and it's not looking good, okay? So we all need to get ready, hence me setting up this live stream so everyone can communicate and put it all in the chat. So anyone watching on the replay can go through the replay and watch all of the chat and see exactly what is going on from the people where they are. And it gives us a real historical data point of what is actually going on, rather than whatever said in the mainstream media. Right, so we're going to fly around the world to Syria, okay? Now, check this out about wheat. Most of his program I'm going to try and dedicate towards wheat, and it is tied with energy prices as well, so you will see where it's all linked and where it's all going to be going. I'll try and tie it up right at the end of the video. So, yes, Syria, the wheat harvest, right? They reckon 1 million tons. That's their wheat harvest. So that is a 75% drop. Okay, that's insane. That is 3/4 down from what they usually produce. Okay, also barley is taking a huge hit. That's about 90% down. So they've only managed 10% of the barley harvest for this season. And guess what they're blaming it on? Climate change. Yes, I know. What a great little get out clause that one is. So yeah, when you're looking at countries who are really low yielding, you try and say that after a few, it's big problems. Okay, it seriously is big problems. So obviously a lot of wheat comes from Syria, and guess what? No, 75% less. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So Germany now. Now Germany is very interesting. Now for a long time, Weapon Collector Mike, hi buddy. And yeah, if anyone wants to try and catch me, I might be on for a little time because we've got guest staying later. I'll be on Mike Weapon Collector. I'll be on his live stream after this one. Okay, so if you want to join in for a chat, have a bit of a shant and all that, it's all good in the hood. Germany, right, 330,000 euros, right, 330,000 euros, right. That's over €250,000 for a gas bill. Now, did anyone hear about this? Yes, sir. €330,000 was a gas bill for a German bakery. As you can imagine, it's a big bakery, okay? And they've been given, this was some time ago, right? I only just found this out. They've been given 14 days to pay, right? And guess what? €330,000 for 1 month. 1 month! Over €250,000 every month just to get gas. How crazy is that? So rewind 12 months from that announcement that they had to find that to pay their gas. They used to pay €5,856 a month. So you do the math. That is an absolute bonkers rise, okay? And if you want to know, it's 1,200% increase. Check that out. 1,200% jump. Now, how dare they? That's putting it extremely mildly, as you can imagine, okay? So the German government, €100 billion to help citizens with energy bills, right? And guess what happens? Every time that they create fiat currency, when they offer these help packages, should we say, it's all got to be paid back and at interest, as you probably know, okay? So the governments will approach the central bank. They will ask for a loan of X amount, and they have to pay that amount back with interest. Now, the interest bit is where we get stung, because every single time governments issue all of this money to help citizens, we've got to pay it back through inflation. Now, can you remember what happened in 2020 when the issue started? Well, all of that money for furlough and all of this lot, whatever, was paid to everyone. Well, guess what? Look at the prices of everything now. It's called inflation. Now, if you watch a friend of mine, Neil, his name is Neil McCoy Ward, his expertise lies in finance, and he breaks it down very, very nicely. So if any of you guys struggle to understand all of the terminology used within the financial markets, Neil is an excellent channel to watch, and I absolutely urge you guys to subscribe to my friend Neil's channel. It's another one like me over in the UK, just getting information out there, okay? So it is absolutely bonkers about inflation. Oh, well, God, 89, was it? Virginia. Keep putting out good content. It helps set up the website. Absolutely. Thank you very much for that donation, sir. That really does make a big difference, because the more money that we get, it's going straight into the website. Because if any of you guys know about developing a website, it costs an absolute bloody fortune. And me being me, I want to make it the best website going. And that costs money. And thanks to you guys, it's making it happen. So as soon as we get that website up and running, happy days. Metallic Reality, you're a star. Good to see you in the house, honey. All right, let me see. So when I just said about that, the inflation is to follow, because Germany has just literally just dished out €100 billion. That's an awful lot of money, okay, in anyone's book. The 19th of September, so that was only 4 days ago now. I don't know if you know, but I can't remember if I said it. I think I did, but I can't remember now. Russia actually cut the gas supply to Europe, so the EU, okay? So most of the EU is heavily dependent on Russian gas. So if any of you guys wanted to remain in Europe, well, guess what? You're more than welcome to go over there and pay them prices, because we are paying 4 to 6% uplift in energy prices. Europe are paying 10 to 20% more. So yeah, if you love Europe that's much, bugger off over to Europe and enjoy what's going on over there. Me, I'm glad. I want to keep every single sovereign state nationalised and all of the same. So for me, UK needs to support UK. We don't need Europe. But that's without getting too political, right? That's just my own opinion, and we're all entitled to that, okay? So look at that. Wow. EU household energy cost estimated to tip £2 trillion. £2 trillion. Now, how many zeros are in 2 trillion? an awful lot. More than 6. There's a lot, okay? And someone probably going to whack it on there. So yeah, that is absolutely a bonkers, obscene amount of money, okay? Right, let me just check. I think we've had some people. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, wow, you guys are awesome. I'll tell you what, before I go any further, there's been some donations coming into PayPal, which is wicked because all of that money comes straight to me and into the website. Some of you guys that whack it on the super chat. Now, I only found this out recently, but YouTube takes 40% of that. Okay, so if someone gave me £100, I get 60, and YouTube take £40. So a lot of you guys behind the scenes have really kindly been donating on PayPal. So very quickly, because we've got a lot to go through. CJ, I'm not going to mention anyone's names, but thanks for your donation, sir. What else have we got here? This was going up to last week, right? Sue, thank you very much indeed. Michael, thanks very much. And Malcolm as well. Malcolm, I'm really sorry about the phone call, but I really am private, and the last thing I need is my phone number going to someone that I've never met. So I will try and find a way around this. I've got your phone number, so what I might try and do is when I get some time, is go to the phone box. That'd be a laugh, because we got phone boxes in Wales. How wicked. Mark, that was an awesome donation. Thank you very much for that, sir. And Helen, so absolutely awesome. Brilliant. So let's get back onto the live stream. It's trying to spin all these plates. It's bonkers. So that was Germany. And if anyone is in a chat who is in Germany right now, let us know what you're seeing and hearing out there. Okay, we've already got a guy from Holland in there, or the Netherlands, which is brilliant because there's a lot going on there too. So we're going to go all the way over to Brazil. Now, how many of you guys like coffee? I do. And do you know what? I never used to drink coffee. A friend of mine in Paris got me into it back in 2013, and it absolutely saved my ass for that because I got big sleep issues. Okay, medical, and coffee is the only thing that absolutely wakes me up. I've tried all of the energy drinks, rubbish. All of these effervescent drinks and that rubbish, nothing works. You know, Pro Plus, nothing. But coffee, good coffee, absolutely works. So we got some news coming out from Brazil. All right. So if you guys enjoy coffee, right, you need to start stocking up, right? And I'm not joking. Okay. Of course, there's going to be surplus on the shelves and in warehouses right now. But when you hear what I'm going to say about what's going on in Brazil, you're going to think, uh-oh. Now, listen, guys, I need some help, right? My favorite coffee is Lava Java by Taylor's here in the UK. Absolutely love the stuff. But what I need to do is I want to find a good quality coffee that's got a really high caffeine content that's freeze-dried. And I can't. So if any of you guys have had freeze-dried coffee, that's really, really strong caffeine, okay? If you can help, just put it in the chat and I'll see if I can get some, okay? Because freeze-dried coffee obviously stores for God knows how many years. A lot more than some of the stuff that we currently have. So coffee, right. I'm going to be going through that chat later. There's no way I can read it. I'm really sorry. It's just going too fast. We got 897 people in the house. If you can hit that thumbs up, it really does help. And if you haven't done so already, can you please subscribe? But more importantly, hit that notification bell. Okay. Joe Gould, I cannot get a paraffin heater or lamp. Okay. We'll get back to that later. Brazil, right. Coffee. Oh my God. It's scary. I don't even want to say this because I'm a coffee fan myself. The coffee supply is way down. So the beans that they produce in Brazil, okay? So listen to this. Even if they have a good crop next year, that's 2023, they won't have enough to serve supply. So that tells you how bad it is. Yeah, Stev, coffee, it's not looking good. So expect coffee to go up in price, all right? So like I said, there's X amount of coffee all over the UK and indeed around the world and Europe right now, okay? But what happens when that starts to get low and they expect supplies from big coffee producing companies. I think Brazil is the biggest coffee producer on the planet. And they think, even if they had an amazing harvest next year, which doesn't look like it's going to be the case looking at forward weather predictions, right, there's not going to be enough to go around. Okay, so if you love your coffee, I don't just love it, I rely on it. Okay, it's one of them things that really helps me because I've got big problems with sleep. So yeah, stock up on coffee. Okay, like I said, try to get freeze-dried stuff if you can. I've tried 2 or 3 freeze-dried stuff and it's all crap. I don't care what the make is. It doesn't wake me up at all. It's rubbish. It just tastes okay if you like taste. I'm in it for the caffeine. Okay, so we're going to go to Colombia because Colombia, as you know, is another great big coffee producing nation. And in fact, it's the second largest coffee producer in the planet. So they are releasing reports now. You know, like I said on previous live streams, where September, October, excuse me, you get all of the crop reports that are coming in. Well, they're coming in right now. And I'll tell you what, it's not looking good. If you go to Ag News and stuff, it's a bit frightening. All right. So we're trying to put a brave face in it. But yeah, it's bloody scary. All right. So Colombia, most of the crops, the coffee crops out there, are drowned because of too much rain. So everything seems to be out of kilter. It's either too hot, too dry, or too wet. Okay, so a lot of you guys like myself who grow their own food, you know what it's like. If it's too hot or too dry or too wet, your crops are going to suffer big style. Okay, and there's big reports going on in Colombia that a lot of crops are failing out there right now. So moving along on the coffee theme, Vietnam. Now, who knew that Vietnam produced loads of coffee? Absolutely. Have you heard of a bean called Robusta? So yeah, if you like Robusta coffee, guess what? Vietnam is the world's largest supplier in Robusta coffee, right? Apparently, looking at the research, stockpiles are massively down due to a poor harvest. Again, it's the same theme that's running through lots of issues with food. The crops are failing because of adverse weather conditions, all right? So there's 3 countries here, the top 3 on the planet that produce the most coffee. They are all struggling, all right? And they're going to struggle to supply demand, all right? So yes, it's not looking good, I'm afraid. Right, let's go to dashboard. Just checking some of this. Right. Refresh screen. Oh, guess what? Don't you just love that? Matthew, thank you very much for the PayPal donation, sir. That's really, really appreciated. Coffee or Kofi. How do you say it? Is it coffee or Kofi? I'm going to call it coffee because it's got a picture of a coffee cup. I'm just going to keep it at that for now. So I've got to refresh that page because no donations so far on coffee. Right. Okay, let's crack on. So moving along with the weather theme, like we've just been saying, adverse weather conditions are seriously affecting crops around the globe. All right, so we're going to go right over to the Gulf of Mexico now. So you're looking at Central America going into Northern America. All right, has anyone looked into this yet? Because it shocks me because it's early. Hurricane Fiona. So hurricane season has started, and I think it's Tropical Storm Hermione. Now, looking at some of the models, now it's not just me, there's a few other people on Telegram that's been looking into this. They are predicted to head for major gas and oil plants. Okay, so looking at the oil rigs and some of them on land, all of that weather is heading straight for those operations. Okay, so like I mentioned briefly earlier on in the live stream, I done a post on my Instagram channel. And if you are on Instagram, if you want to find me, if you go to my main YouTube page and it's got the little Instagram icon, if you click onto that, it will take you straight in there. Urban Homebody, how you doing, sweetie? I hope you're well. And I hope you're staying awake this time. Bless you. John, thanks, dude. You're a star. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. But yeah, so let me see. Oh my God. Just force of habit there. So yeah, I would say that could be affecting some of the pump prices in the US because okay, it could be minimal at the moment, but if that Hermione develops into a hurricane the same as Fiona, that's going to take a lot of gas stroke oil offline, right? So that's not looking good. So anyone in the US of A, can you keep an eye on that and send me some emails to see if you've got any latest, because I just can't come in and out. We won't get anywhere. Thanks to Natalie, Craig, and Dave for joining the mailing list. Like I said, if you go to the link below the video with the website, if you go onto there and subscribe to the mailing list, we're going to be trying our best this week. Now I'm not working anymore, I will have time, and I'm going to get some newsletters sent out to do some tests. And in July, it should all be good. So this one, again, food. This one freaked me out a bit when I read this. Now, has anyone heard of WEP? So it's WFP, Whiskey Foxtrot Papa, the World Food Programme. Interesting. And the FAO, the Food and Agricultural Organization, sponsored by the UN. Yes. Slave to No Man, thanks for that donation, sir. You're an absolute star. God bless you, brother. No, I mean it, dude. That helps big time. Right. Now this is scary, and what I had to do is I had to double check this, because some of the information I get, I think I'm going to check right now because there's something not right about this, and some of them I'll just read it, take it all in, and then a day later I think, do you know what? I'm going to check it again just to make sure and look into alternative sources. So what was said was brink of disaster, 19 hunger hotspots, right? So 19 hunger hotspots, right? This is what the WFP and the FAO are actually saying publicly in quotes. Okay, very important to note that. So Africa, Middle East, Central America, October 2022 to January 2023, to avoid a huge loss of life. The highest concern is Afghanistan, Ethiopia, South Sudan, Somalia, Nigeria, Yemen, and Haiti are the highest concern. And there's a senior analyst, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this guy's name, okay? It's a senior analyst within the WFP and the FAO, okay? Is Chiara Palanch. Okay, he has said an early warning unit. That's what department he works for. The early warning unit. It all sounds quite sinister. It says, now this is quote, start quote. Okay, the world is facing a crisis of unprecedented proportion, the largest in modern history. So when you've got a senior analyst for a government body to say that, is it hitting home yet? And no, this is not fear porn. This is just quotes, okay? It's real. I'm not making this up. You can actually check it out yourself. So look at the WFP, which is the World Food Programme, and the FAO, the Food and Agricultural Organization, backed by the United Nations. Okay. Yeah, I know. The world is facing a food crisis of unprecedented proportions, the largest in modern history. Sorry, I just caught a glimpse of that. Oh, that's nice. Threshold of a dream. Thank you very much for that kind donation. That's awesome. Oh yeah, beer o'clock. I'm glad someone said it. I've usually got a moderator on here, but she's not on tonight. Haha. So don't forget, 9 o'clock. The best way to get my attention, which I found before, is you fill up the entire comment with loads of like beer bottles with beer on the top. I won't miss it then. Okay. So near 9 o'clock, you know what you got to do. And the first person to do it gets a shout out. How about that? Cool. So, did anyone hear the emergency budget today? Okay. Oh, I just saw Foggy really quick. Yeah, Fog 360. Any preppers from Cornwall want to meet up for a bug out weekend? I got some land and woods for camping. Yeah, there he is. Fog 360 Bushcraft. Excellent guy. Known him for years. We've been doing it back in the day, bruv, and he's a good guy, okay? And I've met him in person. So yeah, that's what I like about this chat thing, right? Lots of people like to hook up. So if anyone needs to hook up with any preppers, just say where you are. Just say you need to form communities. Stick it all in the chat, okay? So yeah, the emergency budget today, and apparently they dropped income tax down to 19 pence. So they've dropped 1 pence. Oh, isn't that nice of them? But we got to wait until April to hear that. Sorry, I just saw something on the screen. It caught my eye. Spanish chicken. He wants me to drink now. No, 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 no. 9 o'clock. That's another 25 minutes, you naughty chicken. Oh, you guys are mucking around, aren't you? Eh? What are you like? Baby milk bottles. Okay, then. So, talking of emergency budget, right? We're talking the 23rd of September. Now, hands up, who thinks September is going to be an interesting month? Okay. Thumbs up if you think it's going to be an interesting month. 1,225 people in the chat. Speaking of thumbs up, if you haven't done so already, can you just come out of the chat and quickly go bosh on the thumbs up? Oh my God, I thought there's Wildwood Weeds. Sorry to interrupt, but hello from the woods. My God, I can't believe you're watching a live stream in the woods. That's pretty awesome. Oh, fair play to you. Oh, you really need to chill out though. You need a rest. I reckon you've been quite busy. So yes, has anyone heard? Yeah, there's lots of thumbs up, isn't there? Me included. I think this month is going to be interesting. All right, October. Yeah, I originally said October, but we're not in October yet. September's already looking fishy, should we say? Now, has anyone heard any rumours about anything that's going to happen tomorrow, the 24th of September? Has anyone heard that? Yeah. There was some guy, I think he was a German minister in some conference in the European Union. I think it was something like that. And he said that the 24th of September this year will be a day that everyone will remember where they were. And apparently, there's some people saying, don't worry, he got it out of context. He meant to say February. Okay, what a silly sausage. How can anyone make a mistake that big? But apparently, the camp's been divided already. Some say, no, he's on about, the invasion. Okay. So, yeah, 24th of September. Now, as you know, the prepping community looks into and covers a variety and a myriad of different things. Someone said paper £20. Oh, what you mean, the old-fashioned paper £20 note? No, mate. I think this is a lot more sinister than a 20 quid note going away. Okay? No. There's massive rumours just going all over the internet. Has been for about the last 10 days now. Okay? So you can literally take your pick, right, of what's going to happen tomorrow. All right. Now, this is just from what I've been hearing on the wires, all right, in the prepping community. So we've got a financial crash, okay? We've got a full banking system shutdown and the introduction of digital currency. So imagine that. We woke up one day and all of your money in the bank has been reset to zero. And from then on, you're going to be issued with digital currency and there won't be no need for cash, etc. They'll probably phase it out after a few months. People have been cashing and everything. Then they gotcha. They know what you're spending, where you are, blah, 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 what you're buying, all of that sort of nonsense. None of their business, in my opinion. Your money, you earned it. It's yours. It's up to you what you want to do with it. It's someone else's business, right? Who's with me? But yeah, that's just one thing. Finance. So, okay then, what else could happen on the 24th? Let me see. a nuclear bomb gets dropped. Maybe you're starting a nuclear war. All right. It's possible, but unlikely, in my opinion. Okay, and of course these are just opinions, and everyone's entitled to your own opinion. Right? No one has to agree with everyone. All right. The world would be horrible if everyone agreed with everyone, wouldn't it? You know, it's good to have arguments and disagreements. It keeps it real. All right. So yeah, there's loads of stuff. Alien invasion was another one. You know, the aliens are going to come down from the sky and either be really nice or be really nasty. Okay. So someone else said, what was there? I remember seeing an EMP, which is electromagnetic pulse. So basically, if you haven't got highly sensitive electronics shielded, Richard Wild, thanks for the donation, sir. Much appreciated. They're going to get screwed. Okay. So I remember talking to someone on the course, and you guys, if you're watching at the bug out right now, hey Winston, hey Lee, hey Mark, hope you're doing well. Awesome. And also the two people who are probably at home right now who were on the course. Howdy to you two, sorry, three. Yeah. So hello everybody, hope you're well, hope you enjoyed the course. It's really, really cool. But like I was saying, on that course we was talking about stuff about the 24th. And yeah, it's interesting to get some ideas because everyone's got their own thing, right? And I remember back in the day when the Cold War was, and they was talking about like nuclear war with Russia and America and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, when I was in the military, the enemy for me was the Russians, okay, because it was like in the 80s, and this is how it was. And guess what? Full circle, it looks like we're going to be going to war with Russia at some point. We've had some top generals say months ago now, that we are going to be entering a war with Russia that will last at least 10 years, okay? So lots of you people, veterans, have been there and done it, and you've seen the signs, etc. Is there anyone currently serving right now? I would say in a NATO country. So you're talking US, UK, France, Germany, Sweden now. So if you're in the forces, what have you heard? Have you been mobilized and all that sort of stuff? Okay. Pretty bonkers what's going on. But going back to the EMP. Now, an EMP, what would happen is a nuclear detonation would go off, and before it goes off, an EMP pulse would go. Okay. So what the thinking of is now is the old school way used to be ground burst. So the warhead will actually make contact with the ground and explode. Big nightmare, you know, massive infrastructure damage, radioactive particles and dust all the way around the planet. So no one wins that one. So they're now talking about airburst nukes. Okay, so airburst nukes that will do an EMP, so that would completely screw all electronics in that vicinity. So, but you're looking at getting into shelter and staying in place. Well, the Americans call it shelter in place for a minimum of 2 weeks. Okay, and if you really do need to go out within that time, you do need to be fully protected. Okay, but they say after 2 weeks, most of the fallout dust will be blown away. Not so bad. So yeah, what else? What else have you guys had? A meteor hitting. Wow, a meteor, asteroid. Let me have a look at the chat because it's interesting to see what you guys think is going to happen tomorrow. Wouldn't it be weird if one of them things actually did happen? CERN welcomes dramatic dancing, bug-eating, interdimensional beings. Mushroom. Wow, that's cool. So, yeah. Iodine, iodine, iodine from Band Again. Yes. If any of you guys are thinking about protecting themselves from radiation, okay, iodine's great, obviously, but where does iodine come from? Me, I always try to go to the source. So you're looking for kelp, K-E-L-P, okay? That is where iodine comes from. So if you can get loads of seaweed and you can keep it dry right out and you can process it, guess what? You've got iodine, all right? So you don't need to go wasting all that money on iodine because it's been packaged with a nuclear radiation symbol and it costs that X amount. You can go to the beach and get some kelp and dry it out and rob it your dad's brother, okay? So, yeah, dude, pretty crazy stuff going on right there. So we're going on to page 3 now and over to France. So any of you guys are in France, and I'll tell you what, I don't ever remember seeing anyone on the live chat in France. Isn't that weird? I've had people from Germany, from Spain. Spanish chicken. I don't know where Spanish chicken's from. Someone keeps prompting me to drink, was it milk and champagne? Enjoy. Mary, you crazy. Yeah, right, okay. France. Now, apparently, farmers are harvesting the smallest corn crop for 30 years. 30 years. Can you believe that? That's after the worst drought to hit the EU 500 years. 500 years. Really? Really? Can you believe that? The worst drought in Europe for 500 years. I knew it was quite bad, but was it really that bad? Any of you guys in Europe right now? Oh my God, I just see Alaska Prepper. Oh, well, welcome to the channel, brother. And God bless. I know the work that you do over there. And I know, and now this is from my friend Alaska Prepper. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, just kidding. Right, keep up the good fight, brother. Appreciate you spreading the word that we need to be prepared. Alaska Prepper, I love you like a brother, man. Watch your stuff. Yeah, you keep on keeping it real, okay? And yeah, God bless and love to you and all of your family out there. It really means the world. And in fact, what would be cool is now I'm out of a job and I'm trying to do YouTube full time and develop my website. It'd be cool if we used to do some sort of live stream between us. That'd be cool. So Funky and Alaska Prepper together, bouncing ideas of what we're hearing, because Alaska Prepper's got quite a good channel, quite a big channel, I should say, and is privy to a lot of information from people all around the world. A bit like myself, I'm up to nearly 70,000 subscribers now, and I've got a lot of information coming from around the world. So together, can you imagine that? We could help a lot of people, bro. So if you're still watching, that'd be cool. So let me see. Let me know when you'd like to come on, and I'll be happy to join you. Alaska Prepper, you're a star. Really appreciate that, sir. Right, so yes, so that was France. So to reiterate what I just said, the farmers are harvesting the smallest corn crop for 30 years. So a lot of the corn that most of us get are from the US, and some percentage of that, which is really hard to sort of pinpoint, is GMO, which is genetically modified organisms. And yeah, it's not good, okay? So yeah, apparently they say they have the worst drought in 500 years. I really find that hard to believe, okay? But not only that, also Germany and Romania, they are big time struggling with corn crops. So if any of you guys are in Germany right now, can you find your way into the chat and we can see live what's going on there? But it's not looking good. So let me see. This is another interesting thing. This is coming out from the United States, okay? So the USDA, which is United States Department of Agriculture, all right? Wild Weeds, love you, honey. That's cool. You take care and wrap up warm because it might be a bit chilly tonight, all right? And yeah, vape and vape well. Have fun. So yes, the USA, the USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, there is a register for all food-producing gardens. Now, any of you guys from the US, can you confirm this? On the front of it, it sounds good, but I suspect a sinister sting in the tail of that one. Okay, it really does. It really doesn't sit well with me that people feel that they need to register with a government body their garden. Is it really any of their business? Am I looking into it too far? Is it sinister? Is it just a harmless thing? I smell a rat personally, okay? German prepper, question mark. I don't know what that means. Right, let me see. Also, wow, yeah, that's scary. Right, 70% of the cost of fertilizer for food crops, okay? 70% of fertilizer is made up of gas used to make ammonia, or more typically put ammonia phosphate, okay? So we're talking about the EU fertilizer producers. They are losing $2,000, well, pounds now, because it's pretty much the same, £2,000 per ton. All right, so every ton that the EU produces, they're losing £2,000 a tonne because of ammonia. Now, like I just said, ammonia needs gas, is what they use to produce it out there. Okay, since Russia cut off the gas supply to all of Europe, all right, that's crazy. That's really crazy. So when you think of it, 40 to 60% of the world's food production needs fertilizer. Now, do some maths there, okay? Between 40 and 60% of all of the food in the world needs fertilizer, okay? And 70% of the cost of fertilizer is made up of gas. And look at the price of gas. Scary. Now, if you guys stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to share with you some information about this family in the UK, and you won't believe it, okay? It blew my mind, and I feel for this family, I really do. I've gone to their latest video and I've commented. So yeah, anyway, we're going to roll on. So we're going right back full circle to the UK now, all right? So has anyone heard of Uniper? Full Royce 13, thanks for the donation, sir. Much appreciated. Uniper. Has anyone heard of Uniper? A Uniper coal plant open until the 31st of March 2023. Now that was due to close this month. Can you imagine that? A coal plant in the UK, they were due to close it this month in light of what's going on with these energy prices, which are going to go bosh straight up there next month in October. All right. So yeah, they were going to close it, but they plan to keeping it open until the 31st of March next year. All right. But they're also making plans to keep it available. All right. Now that is by definition available until September 2024. All right. So they're going to make it up until just before winter starts. And then they're going to take it offline. So they're going to keep it available till then. Now, apparently, I don't know how true this is, but the figures say that the UK coal makes up 2.1% of UK electricity production. Now, I find that really hard to believe. Just over 2% of all the electricity in the UK comes from coal. I would say it's a lot more than that. And if you look into what's going on in China, that's S-AMD, I think it was. S-AMD, AMD. Thanks, S-AMD. Yeah, fracking, fun. Yeah, fracking, big no-no. I'm anti-fracking all the way, okay? If any of you guys like fracking, seriously look into it. Seriously look at the sinkholes that are popping up everywhere. Seriously looking at the chemicals that are getting polluted into the ground, okay? Not good. Not good at all. Earthquakes as well. If you think I'm joking, check it out. All the information's out there. So yeah, 2% of the UK's electricity production comes from coal. And yeah, if any of you guys use coal, right, seriously stock up, right, because it's not going to get cheaper and it's only going to go up next month, okay? I've done an experiment. I don't know if I said this in the live stream recently. 111. I just saw 4 buns and 11 in the chat. That was awesome. But yeah, I done an experiment and putting coal on about 10 o'clock at night on a good bed of embers. It kept the whole house warm until 6:30 in the morning when the heating went off. So if you get good quality smokeless coal, that's the way forward. It will keep your house warm. I've done it as an experiment. I'm not going to be using it until it's cold. Now, typically over here where I live in the mountains, we get really bad winters out here, right? No joke. And it's usually January, February is the harshest 2 months of the winter. Okay, so we're looking at snow drifts, minus centigrade, etc. So that's when coal is going to come into its own. So looking at this, do you remember me saying on the live stream recently about you can go into a supermarket or food store called Iceland and they can give you an interest-free loan to buy food? How bonkers was that? Well, guess what? In America, they're doing buy now, pay later loans in food shops. They're doing the same thing. So if any of you guys are in America, right here, right now in the chat, can you say if you've heard anything over there in America that these sort of offers are being offered? So you go into a place where you can buy food and they will offer you a loan, probably zero interest, like we've got over here in the UK, 0% interest, right? So let me just check. So I just saw a notification come up in there. Bear with me, guys. Oh, that's awesome. Siraj, thank you very much. Or Siraj, thanks for that donation, sir. That really means a lot. That's awesome. That's brilliant. And the time is coming. I can see it. So yeah, that's what's going on in the US. Right. Here we go. This one is something you may or may not know. Do you remember back in June this year? You know when we had the brink of that heat wave. Okay. Now, who's heard of Centrica? Most of us have here in the UK, right? Centrica signed a major contract with Norway's Equinor. Okay, Equinor is a huge energy provider over in Norway. Now, get this. This information is mental, right? Now, bearing in mind, this was in June, right? And we're now about to go into October, the dark month, as I call it. So, they are going to deliver to the UK 1 billion cubic meters of gas. Now, they estimate that that's going to be enough gas for 4.5 million homes here in the UK. All right. And that's a lot of homes, 4.5 million homes. And they reckon for 3 years, they reckon they can get up to 10 billion cubic meters a year. All right. So that is worked out, so they say, 12% of UK's gas demand. So 12% of the UK's gas demand is now being switched over to people in Norway. Okay. So do you remember me saying about I prefer every country to be its own sovereign state. So every country should be able to feed everyone that lives in that country. Everyone should be able to keep warm in that country. Everyone should be safe. Everyone should have freedom, and everyone should have a good chance to making a financial decent life for themselves. Okay, that's my belief, and I'm pretty sure lots of people agree with me on that one. All right. So yeah, the fact that 12% of the gas isn't coming from North Sea gas, which is in UK's territorial waters, and other places in the UK that you can get gas. 12% of it comes from Norway now. It's not looking good. So we're going to go on to some other notes now. Now, let me see. Has anyone heard of the new facility over in County Durham? Apparently, it was all created to limit blackouts. So lots of people, the so-called experts, have been saying there will be blackouts this winter. Some people call it rolling blackouts, okay? So it's going to be on, off. It's not going to be like a great big crazy thing, all right? So like I said in previous live streams, do what you can to get prepared for blackouts or power cuts. It's getting Americanized now. We've always called it power cuts. So there's the power and it's cut. That's a power cut. That's how I see it. So yeah, expect power cuts this winter, okay? Now, if any of you guys who have never experienced a power cut before, all right? Well, guess what? You're going to have to learn to think on your feet if you've got nothing prepared. The first thing that you're going to need in a power cut is a torch, okay? Because it's going to be dark. It's the first thing you need is a torch. Head torches are great, okay? Head torch, stick it on your head. You can walk around. You've got both your hands free, so you can open the doors and feel around stuff and all that sort of thing, okay? First thing you do, get a head torch. Make sure it's got batteries. Make sure it's charged up and it's working correctly, okay? What you don't want to do is stick it on your head, press a button. It doesn't work. It's down to you to make sure that the batteries are working good. And loads of other things like cooking off grid. Okay, so if you've got like a portable camping gas stove or something, put a gas bottle in there. You can boil water. Okay, so if you haven't got water, so you've got electricity to power your water pump, etc., you're going to need to purify that water. So boiling it is the easiest way to do it. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to call it beer o'clock. Now, like I said, we got friends. Where is it there? Up in Cornwall watching. And this comes all the way from Cornwall. It's a favourite that my dad got me into, Doom Bar. It's a lovely beer, okay? Now, what I like with ales, I don't like them too strong anymore. So when you're talking 6, 7, 8, 9%, it just sits on my throat and I just don't enjoy it no more. So this one's pretty good. It comes in, where is it? 4.3%. It's really drinkable. It doesn't upset me. Urban homebody. Oh, look at that, you put cocktails. I say, how posh. Rather. Hello, tally ho. Down the hatch, chaps. What a week. Hey. Cheers, everybody. I hope you're joining me at the 9 o'clock Funky Adult Beverage Club. Hey. Look at that. That's cool. That's cool. Cool. So, the show must go on. So, yeah, that facility in County Durham, that looks quite interesting because they reckon they're going to be really helping out with all of these power cuts that come down the road. So, another thing, this is random news, okay? So, like we said earlier, what could happen tomorrow? What about cyber attacks? Check this out, right? Very topical news, and it's not very old news. It's only a few days old. 3 Iranian hackers have been identified for leading campaigns for cyber attacks on the UK and the US. There you go. That was in the news. Now, what I wanted to mention right at the end, but I'm going to do it now because we've got emails to go through yet. It's full on, isn't it? It's non-stop. Now, I found this family on YouTube by pure chance, pure coincidence. All right. I think I was looking at anyone else, seeing if they got any issues with the energy crisis, cost of living crisis, etc. Now, has anyone subscribed or watched a YouTube channel called the Sullivan Family? Like I said, it was new to me yesterday, day before. They have a family of 12 children, okay? So the dad, I think, is 47 and the mum's a little bit younger, and they got 12 kids. I mean, that is insane. I mean, I struggle with one child, all right? One child, that's hard work because we homeschool, okay? Don't go to school. I mean, when you send your kids to school, you don't see them for 7 hours a day. It's well easy. But when they're at home all the time, and you know what 5-year-olds like, if any of you parents out there, man, to have a 5-year-old running around the house all day, it's hard work when you're trying to get stuff done, all right? God knows how I'm going to make YouTube videos with my son around. I'm going to have to do what I can to get out of the way. So, so there it is. They will be paying £40,000 for 1 year energy bill. How crazy is that? So can you imagine it? You're paying X amount, and all of a sudden you've got to pay £40,000 a year just to have gas and electricity in your home. And guess what? That £40,000 a year price is going to go up again. This is in October, so only a week away now. Just over a week away from right now. Their energy bill is going to go up to 40 grand a year, which is bonkers. And like I said, it's going to go up again in January. All right. So January is going to be a bitch because it's right after Christmas. A lot of people are going to be struggling financially because they're going to try and have a good Christmas. So that is really going to have an impact. So yeah, on YouTube, there's a family called the Sullivan Family. They've got 12 kids, and they've now got to find £40,000 a year just to keep energy in their home. Well, that fly is a pain in the ass. So what we're going to do now, because we've got time, we're going to go through the emails because we've been having quite a lot. Oh my God, look at this. Now, this is from... Now, when I read emails, all I do is I read the first or the last name out, depending, okay? Because I'm just seeing it. If it was me, I wouldn't want everyone to know my full name. So, this is from Carol, and that's all we're going to say what her name is. Now, I haven't read these yet, so these are off the cuff. So, yeah, it seems pretty legit. I live on the Gulf Coast. Fiona is predicted to go to the west coast of Florida at the 1st of next week. So we're looking Monday or so. There aren't many drilling operations in that area. We don't depend on predictions. All right. And if Fiona comes to northern Gulf of Mexico or to the west, there is a lot of drilling going on there. Hurricane runs from June 1st, we say 1st of June to the end of November. Wow. Do you know what? I've got a friend who's in, I'm not going to say, he's out on holiday at the moment. And yeah, he showed me a little video privately, and my days, they get some badass winds out there. So let me just go to Bill, Chris, Doug, Charlie, Lee, Paddy, Sam, Karen, Anthony, Anthony and Melissa. Thanks very much for joining the mailing list on the website, which is the link in down below the video there. That's awesome. We're going to be, honestly, we're really going to try this week because I'm not working now. I'm out of a job. I'm going to have time to actually create some content there. So let me see. Right, let me see. I just want. Yeah, this is from Chloe. I'm gonna try and leave religion out of it. If you, I'm sorry about that. It just causes a lot of grief. I believe, this is my opinion. Everyone's religious beliefs is a private thing. They should keep it to themselves. But that's my belief, because I never force my opinions or beliefs on anyone else, and that's just me. Mark, thanks for joining the mailing list. That's a pop up. That's cool. Right, who else have we got here? Right, let me see. Oh, someone called Mark said, "What's happening?" I've got no idea what that email means. Right. Also, briefly, do you know what? I nearly forgot about this. Recently, I have done an interview, which is going to be produced into an article for the Sunday Times. Okay, they was doing a big spread about preparedness, about what people are doing to get prepared for this coming winter. All right, nothing sinister, none of that conspiracy stuff. It's just what is going on. Okay, and that went really well. So I'll be looking forward to buying a copy of the Sunday Times this Sunday. I'm not sure if it'll be online as well, but yeah, there'll be an interview with me now. I need to get a photograph over to them really soon. I only read the email 2 minutes before coming online, and there's no way I'm going to try hunting around trying to get hold of a photograph and email it to that person with the live stream just coming up, because I always try to be punctual. Okay. Cancelled diaries. Thanks for the donation. That's awesome. I don't know if you're male or female, but wicked. 100%. Yeah, for sure. So, oh wow, what's this? A collaboration. Oh yeah. I'm not interested in that. What else was there? Yeah, please don't send me YouTube video links because I just haven't got time to watch them. There's so many emails. I'm going through them now. Malcolm, right? As regards PayPal, yeah, I'm going to try and phone you on not my mobile. Let me see. What's this? Oh yeah, this is information. This is from. I'm just going to say Mech, MECH, right? Now cleavers. We're talking about wild edibles and stuff now because I suppose it's on the subject of food, so it is relevant. Cleavers. This is 1 or 2 invasives in my garden. I let it grow. Diuretic. Tea tastes like cucumber. Raw seeds. Coffee substitute. Oh wow. So it's a coffee substitute. Okay, cleavers. Wow, I never thought that. Has it got some caffeine in it? Be interesting. I bet it hasn't. Oh, there you go. What do I know? Nettles, better than spinach when cooked. Tincture, allergies for pain relief. Nettles. Right. Dandelion, eat the whole damn thing. Make wine from the flowers. Clover, high in protein. There you go. So if you can't get all the meat, clover's good. No, not the butter. High in protein, edible. Watch out for mimic species. Yeah, speaking of which, if any of you follow me on Instagram, I found my first mushroom that I positively ID'd, and it's a safe one to eat. So I'm hoping to do a YouTube video of that, sharing what I understand. So that'd be cool. Wild blackberry, prepping on a budget UK. Thanks for that donation, sir. Yeah, check it out. What a guy. Thanks for that. Much appreciated. That's awesome. Super awesome. What have you got? Wild blackberry. Eat the leaf tips in spring, raw, boiled, or in tea. Interesting. Thistles. Which ones are a choice to eat and when to harvest? Right, and lots of it goes on to ID. Right, so yeah. So that's awesome. Thanks for that email. That's cool. It's all information from Mech, I'm going to say. Let me see. What else is this? 17th. Righty ho. Let's have a look at this one. Wow, this is a video. Right, yeah, I've got someone want to do some self-defense stuff. Yeah, seems pretty all there. 25 disciplines MMA. That's pretty tidy, sir. Yeah, that's from Joseph. Yeah, I'll have to get back to that. The problem is I've been getting all these emails a week because I've been working full time, and I've had a bad toothache all week, and it's pretty much wiped me out. So I've not managed to do hardly anything this week, and it's been really full on. But we're getting over that now, and I'm going to be catching up with all of that very soon, next week, starting from Monday, I guess. So yeah, thanks to David, thanks to Andy. That's awesome. Cancel, Doris. It's Luke from. Hold on. What? Sorry. Wow! Look at this chat. Oh my days! It's too crazy. It's Luke, prepper from Scotland here. Hey Luke, dude, is it you? It really is. How you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Oh, it's been a while. Do you know what? Someone said to me, this is just an off-the-cuff thing. Someone said, can we have a prepper meet in November for bonfire night? Maybe we could. Maybe we can do it in Brecon Beacons. How cool is that? Can you imagine that, doing a mini prepper meet on bonfire night up in the Brecon Beacons, all the mountains and fireworks and a big bonfire, all the kids there? That's something to look at. So do you know what? Let me see. I'm going to create a poll. And yes, just before I forget, thanks to everyone who took part in the poll recently, and it's definitely been taken a part of. All of you guys, the majority at least, voted for that members area with the chat room. Okay, now that is being developed as we speak. Now there's a lot of money that's needed to get that generated, so we're definitely forging ahead with donations. So as soon as that money is available, we can buy the specific app to enable that to be really nice and secure and really clean and easy to use, which is what everyone wants. Because the thing is, let's be honest, when we talk about prep and related stuff on this platform, there's some things I can't say. And if I do, guess what? The whole video gets removed. It's happened to me before. And it wasn't me saying it. There was certain keywords that got used over a certain amount of time in the chat, got the video deleted. Nothing what I said. So we can't really talk freely. So what I'm trying to do is to create a members only section on the website that I'm trying my best to build, so everyone can chat privately, encrypted, without any problems about upsetting anyone. Okay. And also I want to do some sharing some links, some memes and pictures and stuff like that. That'd be cool. So that seems to be what everyone said on the poll last time. Okay. So let me put this one. There you go. Hey, some of you might have heard I've got a new keyboard because that one on that laptop's pony. It's been broken for ages. Judy. Oh, wow. Thanks for that donation, sweetheart. That really means a lot. That's awesome. Thanks very much for that. That's cool. You don't have to. It really does help, though. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get as much money as I possibly can to get this website up and running, because that is going to be Simon Mills. I've just found it. Beetroot was grown for leaves, but yeah. Do you know what, Simon? That's absolutely right. And I remember you can go to like supermarkets and get salad leaves and bags, and yeah, you get beetroot leaves. But leaves in general down the allotment are a very, very not thought of thing. I mean, personally, we grew so much purple sprouting broccoli. Okay, I think we grew it for about 14 months straight. Went all the way through the winter, and it gave us so many leaves. And at the end, we was inundated with purple broccoli. But the leaves, they fed us for months and months and months, and it was quality stuff. It was so rich in iron. It's amazing. It's like steroids. It's like spinach on steroids. Sorry, I got that wrong there. So yeah. Wow, that's awesome. So yeah, coming back to the emails. So look, yes. Wow, really? Do you think people would actually go to a prepper meeting on bonfire night? Wow, that could actually happen then. Mind you, I suppose now I'm not working, I haven't got a job no more. I'll have time to get over there and check the area out. Wow, I didn't think it'd be that much of a response. So yeah, awesome guys. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Because the problem I had was loads of people wanted to come to the prepper meet, but because it was right down in the southeast of England, all the rest of the UK couldn't go because it's just too far away. But because it's Wales, it's nearer to Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool, Wales, obviously. All them people who couldn't afford to go there have now got a fair shout to come over to Brecon because it's literally bang in the middle of Wales, really. And it is beautiful in Brecon Beacons. If anyone's not been to Brecon Beacons before, it's seriously a stunning part of the world. Okay then. So that's pretty cool. Has anyone got any questions? Okay, so if we can go through some questions now, because we've got a bit of time, we've gone through all of the information, we've gone through all of the emails. It would be cool to have a bit of a Q&A. I was thinking of doing a Q&A. Also, Anne, oh, bless her. Thanks, a coffee. Anne's just brought me a coffee. Thanks very much for that, Anne. That's awesome. You're a star. Really appreciate that. That's a beautiful thing. Sorry, I just found it out there. Yeah, it's crazy. Right, what else have we got going on there? Right, where was I? Back onto the chat. Right, yeah, questions. Right, hit me some questions. Funky scent. And yeah, I just got that. No, that is wicked. I don't know, something told me to go into there and check. That's awesome. Right, home defense. Yeah, you gotta be careful saying stuff like that on YouTube, mate. Thoughts on storing water? Yeah, water, of course. Well, to be honest, it's winter time coming up soon, so you're not going to be short of water. Okay. Basically, the way I see things is you can collect rainwater. It doesn't matter how dirty it is. See, this is what I was saying to the guys on the course recently, right? It doesn't matter how dirty the water is, you can always purify it and clean it. Okay, so don't worry too much that you don't want to collect it because it's dirty. Okay, you can always clean it. Now, there's many ways that you can clean it, but how to store it, moreover. Now, you could probably go to the supermarket and buy a bottle of water, spring water. All right, doesn't matter, whatever one that takes your fancy. Okay, you can get that, and you put it, say, under the stairs or somewhere out of the way where it's really dark and it's cool. It's not going to be near any radiators, near any hot pipes, near any windows, near any ovens or heaters or fires. Keep it a cool, dark place. Okay. I wouldn't thought it'd be an issue if it's dry or damp. Probably better off the drier the better, right? So it's pretty much like how you store food. Yeah, you could store that bottle of water for at least 10 years, right? It's not going to give you any harm at all. And if you do open it 10 years later and you are worried, well, you can always filter it, okay? Filtering is really easy. The quickest way to do it, if you're really concerned, is pour it into a great big saucepan, boil it, and keep it boiling for 5 minutes. Turn it off, let it cool down, funnel it back into the water. Guess what? You're not going to have no problems at all, all right? Most bottled water now is BPA-free plastic, so it's not going to leach into the water and harm you, okay? Only the old bottles from the 90s that had BPA in, okay? But no, store water, great. Slug Jumper in the house. My bro from down in the New Forest. How you doing, dude? I hope you're good. Hey, cool. Right. Communication for emergency. That is by Elusive. Yeah, communication for emergency. Unfortunately, most of us rely on mobile phones, smartphones. But what happened if it didn't work? And there could be numerous reasons why a phone didn't work. Okay, could be something to do with the network. The tower's gone down. It's been shut off for maintenance. There's been a cyber attack. The power's gone down. Whatever it is, your phone's broken and you can't use it. You dropped it in the toilet. People actually do that. People have actually dropped their phone in the toilet. And if you dropped your phone in the toilet, don't worry. Just say it on there now so we can have a good laugh at you, with you. Okay. But yeah, mobile phones. A lot of people do that. But I used to use back in the day, we're talking back in the 80s now, CB, which is Citizen Band Radio. And it's got 40 channels on there, basic. The 19 would be the channel that which you start from. And you just invite people to different channel numbers for a chat. Problem of that is not private. Okay, so you could be talking to someone, within distance of Citizen Band Radio, and people just listen in. In fact, that has got to be one of the biggest concerns that I have with communication is privacy. Okay, even if you're a ham radio enthusiast, someone somewhere could be scanning and just listen to everything that you're saying. Obviously, there's encryption. I mean, a friend of mine from years ago, Barry Trower, he was the guy who invented the Tetra system, which the police all communicate with now. That's all encrypted. Okay, so years ago, do you remember back in the 70s and 80s, you can go onto the radio and listen to the police, all of their transmissions. Obviously, as time progressed, that was deemed a bit of a security risk, so they decided to encrypt the whole goddamn thing. Barry come along, invented the Tetra system, Tetra masts, and they now chat encrypted. So yeah, it is a difficult one. I mean, a lot of people always say ham radio is awesome. But what I would like one day, and I don't know how to go about it because I'm not really big on communications, if I'm honest. It does scare me, that realm, because I've studied it. I've done part of the course. I didn't want to do the exam. I was talked out of it by some people. So yeah, ham radio, it is a big topic which gets a lot of arguments. So you're really careful. You upset someone who's real serious enthusiast, and this shit at the fan people. I I don't think anyone would give a toss to transmit on ham radio frequencies without a license when the shit hits the fan. I think that's safe to say. That's pretty much a given, okay? No one is going to come round and tell you off and give you a fine because you've pushed to talk, okay? That's just how it is, I think. There's no way of mincing around that straight, direct talk, okay? So I don't think people are going to care too much about that. But who remembers that film, The Shining? That's one of my best ever, Stanley Kubrick. I love Stanley Kubrick, absolute legend. The film The Shining, do you remember when they had that, like a ham radio base station with that little tannoy thing? I would really, really want something like that. Okay, so obviously it's going to require some sort of mast, which is going to get out on certain frequencies and waves. But something simple where you have like an analog dial where you just turn it on and you turn the dial and it'll point to the frequency numbers on the dial. Then you can find someone. So say for argument's sake you wanted to chat to someone on a ham radio somewhere, a certain time and a certain frequency. You set an alarm. Right, okay, I've got to check in with Frank. He's over in Illinois. What time is it? Right, okay, frequency, blah, blah, blah. You tune to that frequency. Hopefully Frank would be doing the same. And then guess what? Them two people chat. To have something as simple as that would be amazing. Okay, just a basic, old-fashioned, analog, good quality, not some cheap Chinese horrible digital crappy thing. Real good quality analog ham radio base station, an old 70s one with the microphone, where you could just literally scan easy and just pick stuff up really cool. I would love something like that, but I wouldn't know how to get one. I wouldn't know where to start. I wouldn't know how much it will cost. You've got certain cables, lengths of cables, the terminations. You've got to be a special sort of antenna. And then, of course, because you haven't got a license, you can't transmit. But I'm talking SHTF now. So I've got no problem going on there now and again when I'm bored, just scanning, listening, without transmitting at all. You don't need a license to do that. So that's the field, that's the fence that I sit on as regards to communications. All right. What's that? Facebook Marketplace, 50 quid. Oh my God. If any of you crazy enough to think I go on Facebook, man, you need a bullet in the brain. Listen, this freaks people out, right? But it's true. I've never been on Facebook. I've never had a Facebook account, and I never will. That's the goddamn truth. I hate everything about it, especially the twat who founded it. But there you go. There we go. Let me see. We got loads of messages on there. AJ Infowars. Yeah, yeah. Big fan from a long time ago. Ham is better than spam. Okay. Yeah, but you can eat spam, can't you? You can't eat a radio. Right, here we go. Chris Lee. Hi, dude. Legends down in Cornwall there. In the event of SHTF, the world could become a very small place again. Long range comms wouldn't be too important, I wouldn't have thought. Yeah, that's not a bad point actually, mate, when you think about it, because it's all going to be localized communities, isn't it? So I don't think it's going to be really important that we need to know what's going on in Sydney, for example. Okay. So yeah, when you're talking SHTF, it is going to be, I would say, it's going to be at a county level. Whatever's going on in London, if you're miles from London, how is that actually going to affect you, etc. Okay, so yeah, that's a good point, Chris. Yeah, what other questions have you got? Any questions for me before we log off in 4 minutes? Have you got questions? Capital letters, put them in there right now, and we're going to do our best to find them, okay? How long does petrol diesel last for, but it won't start an engine? Oh, mate, that's a myth like you wouldn't believe. I saw some guy on YouTube, and he had petrol, or gas as they call it in America, and I think it was 8 years old. And what he'd done is he had it in his bottle, turned it upside down, and left it for an hour, and it settled. He opened the bottom slowly, and all of the crap sediment that settled come out. Then all he'd done was when it started to go clear, he put the lid on again. He got that petrol. He filtered it through a couple of t-shirts. Simon Mills, what he just said. Old school shortwave radio for close range radio. Mate, I couldn't agree more. And I absolutely love mine. And do you know what? I'm going to get it real quick. Just hang in there, chaps. Always know where your preps are. Now this is my personal favourite, right? And I can highly recommend these if you want something which isn't too expensive, but it's really good quality, and it works like a freaking charm. Now, some of you guys have probably got this, and you're going to go, yeah, it's the same one I got. Here it is. Can you see that? So if you want to take a screenshot or pause the screen, the model number is underneath the italic writing there. Okay. That is one wicked radio. That picks up shed loads. It really does. So when the grid goes down, mate, for comms, dude, you were so right. I couldn't agree more. I love this thing. That's wicked. But what I do, this is another tip if you haven't done it before. I was just checking if I was on the ball then. See the batteries in there? I always put them in reverse polarity. Okay, so if it's an electronic device, which I don't use that often, I always put them in back to front. Okay, because it won't work. The reason I do this is because there is zero chance of these terminals getting corroded. And when they get corroded, you can scrape the springs to get them to work. Sometimes you don't win and you lose. Therefore, you lose the device. You've got to open up and try and find replacements to get it to work again. So the best way to avoid that, don't put batteries in there at all, or keep them in there, but put them the wrong way round. That way they won't corrode. Okay. So like I say, I'll take them out and it's just like brand new. There's no corrosion in there at all. So I'll put them in the right way around. Okay. There we have it. This is inside, right, a cottage, and the walls are nearly 2 foot thick. So crystal clear. Now what was it? Let's go to AM. Maybe it's because the laptop's there. I had some Spanish football not that long ago. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's because the laptop's and the Wi-Fi's on. But yeah, usually that's an amazing bit of kit, right? Take my word for it. It's really cool. So yeah, if any of you guys want to know what it is, again, there it is on the screen. All right. So if you can go on eBay, get these sort of things now. Okay. You can get really, really cheap ones for like £5 or £6. They're fine. They're absolutely nothing wrong with them. But because of the build quality of this is insane. I've actually taken this apart and looked inside, and for 20 odd years I worked in the industry of electronics, so I used to make the inside bits that go inside these, so I know quality when I see it. And Sony, the old school Sony stuff, are absolutely freaking amazing quality. That will outlive me and that will go on to my son. That will still work years to come. So that's pretty much it. What a live stream. So yeah, the bottom line is food is going to be an issue, right? So get as much food as you can as soon as you can, okay? But try not to stand out. Don't draw attention. Do it respectively, okay? So don't go out to Tesco's with like 10 of there with a trolley each and just start running around, filling it all up and running out again, okay? Just get what you need. Keep it coming, keep it coming. The long-term food and fresh food. Fresh food's a big problem, okay? There's been a lot of problems with getting fresh food. So yeah, food is going to be an issue next month, because when you see all of the prices and all of the energy and stuff going up, that is all needed to make and produce food and to move food around to get it to the shop near you, all right? So the energy prices that are used to create and make and produce the food are going to be passed on within the food price, okay? So food prices are going to go up big time next month, right? You will see it, okay? Was it have a link to areas and have you as the link? Oh, I've got no idea what that means. Right, so yeah, that's the key message of this live stream. Get food, and bloody get food, all right, at least, okay? You need to get that before you start thinking about heating and stuff, because it's not cold yet. We're getting cold in January, so you've got time to sort out warmth before January. But food, if you can't afford much, you know, get it now, because trust me, when next month comes, you see the prices of that food go up, right? And you can shoot me if I'm wrong. You can shoot me in the comments, not shoot me for real. And yeah, so that's me. I'll try to help as many people as possible, and let's just make sure that this message gets out there. So the more people hit the thumbs up, the more people subscribe, and the more people click that notification bell. And also, last but not least, go to the link below where the website is, go in there and go subscribe to the mailing list, right? That's important, because now I'm going to have more time to work on that website with a good friend of mine. There's going to be more information coming out via email than there will be on YouTube. I'm still going to be trying to do a YouTube video every single day, all right? But this email thing is going to go mental. So the more people gets on that, the better. And that's pretty much all I need to say for this evening. Got lots more to do yet. The night is still young. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I hope you all survive tomorrow, because God knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Only He knows what's going to happen. All we can do is carry on as normal, and for God's sake, stay funky. All right? That's paramount. So thank you to all the moderators in the house. You guys are the glue that holds this chat together. Without you, it's chaos. It's SHTF in the chat, and we don't want that, okay? We're cool. We're all good. So thanks to everyone who's donated as well. You guys absolutely bloody awesome. I don't think you realise how much it actually helps, okay? Even you guys watching on the replay, you know, you guys who donate for watching the replay, honestly, it helps, because it all comes in, and all these bills and stuff on the website and all the other things have to be paid, and you know, you guys are actually making it happen. So yeah, it sucks being out of work. It's weird, but think about it as one door shut and another one open, and we're gonna grab the ball by the nuts, and we're going to run across that field. So, wicked. You guys take care. Go careful. Thanks for watching. Stay funky.